painted by my mom.
Yeah.
My mom would talk about DiLisios. And then so I was just painting. And then so when I saw this picture online, I thought that was super tight.
I think you've sent it to me before.
Not that one. That was the first time
I've definitely seen that picture before. We might have the picture. I didn't know that it was the grand opening picture, though. That's what the article you sent said, that it was the grand opening.
It was the grand opening of Raton Pass over to the theater.
Oh, yeah. The El Raton.
Yeah.
Now owned by the guy who owns Sexy Pizza here in town.
All right, so this
Keep answering as I
Saison DuPont, is this paint?
Paint? No, not quite. Not quite. It's an old school beer, though. They've been making this beer for, I don't know, probably 150 years. Probably more than that, actually. Do they have a date on this? Of when they...
No. It just says classic style brewed at one of Europe's last farmhouse breweries. Product of Belgium. Wild. Belgium is far away.
It is. They got great beer there. And like a Saison, really delicate beer. It's kind of not champagne-y.
They don't have no good cans.
Well, this is the first time I've ever had this beer in a can.
This shit just cracked on me. It didn't even... I had to grab it from a different place. Man.
Yeah.
I got a faulty can. Who made these, Ball?
Probably, I don't know. But I've never even seen it in a can until like this year. Before, it's always like a bottle format, big one singular bottle. And then they started doing 4-packs of cans of it. And it's awesome beer. I love it. It's, like I said, top 5 beers of all time for me. I think it's so delicious. And I'm curious to know how you think it tastes.
This is top 5 for you, huh?
Mm-hmm.
See, my brother and my dad both are in the auto industry, the collision. You know what I mean?
Bodywork.
Industry.
I'm
talking about running teams that do these types of repairs. And the paint that they always use is DuPont. Right? That's like one of them, at least back in the day. I don't know if my brother does now. They maybe got something else. But Pops back in the day, they had like, I would go to their paint booth. My dad would give me little jars of like touch-up paint to use paint on stuff. And that was always a DuPont. So that's the first thing that my mind thinks about when it like sees this word DuPont. And then it's wild because I could like close my eyes and that's what I would imagine that paint would taste like.
Yeah. It's got some like phenols and different flavors going on from the farmhouse. You know, classic for these type of beers.
It tastes like a chemistry set.
DuPont is a chemical company. Maybe that's why they call it Saison DuPont.
Yeah, it's got to be. What does DuPont mean, Eric?
It's a family name.
DuPont previously devised as DuPont, or DuPont. Of the bridge.
Of the bridge. Would you look at that? Suspension.
Hold on, we gotta find the real one. Slang.
Yeah, look up DuPont. Oh, DuPont slang in Urban Dictionary.
The company started in Delaware by a French dude named DuPont. What a surprise. That's stupid.
Yep. Chemicals and shit.
My dad was laid off by DuPont Pharmaceutical when Bristol brought it up.
Yeah. So is DuPont Terps part of the same family?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
But I don't know. It could be the same people.
This definitely ain't on my top 5, but it's cool. What
are your top 5 beers?
Top 5 beers right now off the top of my head in no particular order. Okay?
Okay, that's fair.
Whatever's available, I guess. I guess I'm not that picky when it comes to beer.
Hi-ho, Silver!
start it right away. Here we go. I can't hear you at all either. Did you unplug the mic?
No, I brought it down.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we can't hear the.
But they can hear the song or not?
Oh, we get.
For real? There's no song?
I don't know.
Oh, that's...
I'll play Spotify music.
Nah, fuck that. Yeah. All right, we're gonna... Don't be doing that, Steve. Are we good, Eric, or no?
Good, we're live.
All right. What it is? What's up, 2024? How we living? Yeah. Money's on chat. I don't know what at least patio poppy is. Yeah. For y'all that missed the first episode that PDox was on, which is exactly 50 episodes ago. He's here for his 50 episode turn. So 57 and
Yeah, so don't be expecting to see other guests. They hit 50.
yeah.
Well, maybe we'll make an exception for them to get back before.
Oh yeah.
Back on.
No, fuck that. Everybody got to wait 50 episodes now.
Yep.
They call that the PDox rule. Oh, and for y'all that missed the first one, this is Patio Poppy, PDox, DJ. That's weird.
Yeah, I got. That's for sure. I convinced someone that my name was Don Juan. I felt really bad about that.
Don't feel bad about that. That's amazing.
I didn't think that they would believe it, and then
Were they like, what's DJ stand for? You're
yeah,
like, Don Juan.
Yeah, I was like Don Juan, just as a stupid fucking joke. And
That's not stupid at all.
way.
That's not stupid at all. That's absolutely
A prime
intellectually genius.
joke. Prime joke.
well, then it just came down. Well, I started feeling bad once it came down to like we were doing shots. It was like to Don Juan, and I'm like, oh no, everyone's looking around.
Also,
like,
this wasn't just like a stranger on the street that you ran into for a brief moment. This was a friend you were hanging out with. You let him believe all night that your name was Don Juan?
I didn't think they took it to heart.
I like saved you in his phone, Don Juan.
Yeah, really. They were just like, what's DJ stand for? I'm like, Don Juan, just as like not even thinking. And then for like weeks after that, they would be like, Don. I'm like, yo, that's not.
I'd be like, hey, don't be calling me but
Yeah,
DJ.
DJ.
Yeah, no, that's weird. I'm not calling you that. I'm calling you PDox. I said it 50 episodes ago, and that was 4 years ago. Just so we're clear.
Yeah.
That was like either January. Check when we did that one. That was like March or something of
cold.
2020. It was like during the pandemic, I think.
In the undisclosed
At the undisclosed location. Went
Yeah.
and risked it all to come out and talk to us on our lonely little podcast on episode 7.
If you're new to all this too, the song you hear, the reason we have it.
Yeah, this is at Patio Poppy. If you've ever read the description of our podcast,
Yeah.
you'll notice that credit in there. Even though it doesn't go to anything more right now, he said he quit social media.
I just deactivated my Instagram for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just giving a little mental break. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those guys that's like, I'm gonna deactivate. You need me, call me.
Yeah.
And I just and I never get a text from anybody. So I could do that. I could do that in silence. I don't have to make
not,
it.
not calling you. My fault. Not calling. I fucking hate when people call me. Like, I hate it. Like, I feel like if you call me, there needs to be something important to say, or I have to have not heard. for a while. Otherwise, my immediate response,
Fuck, I have to talk to someone.
and
Ugh, not on
Yeah.
my terms. Fuck your terms.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not ready. You knew that in my mind, but you really don't know that, and I'm probably ready.
You're probably ready.
Like,
you
I'm
probably
probably-
enjoy the
There's
conversation.
probably no reason for me to act this way. Well, that's the way I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Been a lot of.
don't call me. Also, don't text me because I feel the same way about text messages. I feel the same way when I get.
Justin's just like, don't fucking communicate with me.
Yeah, don't send me reels.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst. Yeah,
Please excommunicate me. I'm done with y'all.
that was
Deactivate yourself.
that was another thing too. Getting off of social media, you look at your messages and you have 50 messages of people sending you shit not funny,
Yeah.
that you
I
don't
didn't
care
check 'em.
about.
I didn't check them. I haven't been on Instagram, but I have it for business, so it's on my phone.
Yeah.
Check I literally have gotten out of the habit. Took the app off my. Deleting it. Took the app off my phone. Put it back on. Like just randomly, I was checking on.
Mhm.
Same thing. All messages. Saw some in there. Not even open. It's not happening. Yeah, haven't even been back in there.
I got-
since. 'Cause
Y'all
I know
got
what
whack
this
online
is.
friends. My online friends send me tight stuff. The problem is I get overwhelmed when they send me more. So it might be.
Right.
I got a homie. Shout out my homie Rob that will send me fucking. He'll be sitting on the shitter or something, boy, and he'll send me 30 at once, like a gang of them, and then I won't check them. And the next day, boy, poop once a day, so we keep doing it every day. Like, and you
Like,
miss-
what do I need a timeline for?
I was like, I'm gonna check out this shit here one day, and
Yeah.
then it got to the point where I'm like 3 months in, and then I got to go back for hundreds, and they're all really funny. I just don't wanna.
I mean, what are you gonna do then? You're gonna react and like laugh at every and like comment
I
on
do.
every fucking video that they send you. You're gonna look at them, and then you can either just leave them on red and make them feel bad, or you could be like, "These are funny.
These are
Yeah.
fun.
These are great.
I should try that next time.
Thank you for these. These
Thank
are
you for these.
fantastic. Thank you for these.
I appreciate it. Keep sending them. I'm just, I'm gonna get to them on my own time.
Yeah, Rob might be listening. You know,
Look,
you
no.
never know, yeah.
I've told him. We've talked about this. I told him, and he's already said,
Like,
I'm
man,
just gonna
I
keep sending
can't
them.
get to your shit sends
Yeah.
every day. Like,
Oh, my
you
little
gotta
cousin-
slow it down.
My little cousin Benster, he said the same thing because he'll send me a gang of them, and I'm like, sorry, dude, I'll get to them eventually.
Yeah.
And then one day you'll get 400 reacts from me, and I went through them.
Yeah.
Keep sending them to me. I'm gonna watch.
The problem is
Eventually.
they don't slow down. That's the
Nah.
problem. Is that I'll have messages from like 7-8 weeks ago that I haven't looked at. I'll look at it
yeah.
and I'll be like, haha. And then they'll be like, well, here's another one. Here's
Yeah.
here's some more memes.
Well, how do you
Here-
like this?
I've been waiting for you to respond back to me.
Just loaded. They made a saved like file just
Yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Like
just-
send to PDox,
yeah.
send to J Class.
yeah.
Dang, y'all living in people's phones, just in their folders.
For what it's worth, there's some funny stuff in there, and I do appreciate funny stuff. I like funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what was that alien portal video that you were talking about?
Oh no, that stuff.
That's funny.
That'll get. That is funny. That is funny.
That was a funny and
That'll
a
get
different kind of funny.
Yo, the Miami aliens.
Oh, dude. To be honest, that
Talking
one.
about the immigration videos again?
No. The Miami.
Got him.
The Miami aliens, boy. They're not Cuban. And man,
They might have swam here though.
that one's wild to me because it's like, all right. One.
What the fuck are we talking about?
All right, so
You
check
ever
this
heard
out.
about this?
No, I haven't heard about
Oh,
this.
okay.
Pull up this news article, Eric.
So a whole bunch of people had a collective meth high. Okay. And all witnessed the same thing.
All kinds of people online claimed to be at a mall in Miami
Okay.
and said that there were 10-foot beings walking around.
Okay.
They just saw the heat walking around and
The only videos-
they got terrified.
The only
Bam my
videos.
bio, just trying to get some shit.
But check this
Look
out.
at the article,
Check this
look at
out.
the article.
Hold on. Yeah, but check this out. Look,
Please
the only
say lol.
hold on. Listen. The only videos. That one's hard.
Oh fuck! Oh fuck!
But the only actual videos and photos are of a police response. That's absolutely wild.
And the police say that it was a fight.
I
in the
heard
mall.
about that.
They said it was a fight in the mall. That's their official statement. And then later on, they said, well, it was a fight. And then somebody said they had a gun. The fucking feds showed up.
And then they said they had fireworks.
It was like hundreds of cops. You got to see this photo. That one fucks me
I
up
know
because
the-
I'm like,
I
I don't
know
know.
the hundreds of cops.
I'm not
I saw
saying
that photo.
I'm not saying there was aliens there.
I didn't know that there was a second side. I thought
I'm not saying there was 10
This is the
foot
story
beams
I
that
heard.
showed up.
This is
I'm
the
just
story I
saying that
heard.
I'll tell you right now, they didn't show up because of a fight or fireworks.
I'll tell you what they said they showed up for.
I wasn't there. I don't know. It could
Look
have
at
been that
that.
fucking guy.
That alien's about to drop NFTs. What is this? He's working with Snoop Dogg right now.
He looked like he blipped all that shit. That alien didn't pay for anything he has on.
what the fuck does blip mean?
What blip is like? It's like jacket for stuff.
Oh, all right.
But keep on doing dirt basically. But hold up, scroll down, Eric. I know that you're doing fun stuff with the video, but scroll down to like the police photo. That's the interesting.
I know
one.
the photo, but we need to show it to everybody else.
Yeah, my bad. I hadn't set that up. And then,
So they can't see this right now.
nah.
Oh, poor things.
Oh.
Let's not talk about it. Then.
Studio mode. We go here, and then they can see it now. Let's
Okay.
see if they have the.
Tight. We'll go back up to the alien we were just talking shit about. Or else we're just fucking talking shit about nothing.
Big dog. Oh, this is that. Go
Go back up. Go back up. Hold on. Go back up. Go back up. Go back up.
Nice.
This is how. Look, and I'll tell you right now though. This is also. I'm not saying there was aliens. But if the government did not want us to know what was going on there, that's how you ridicule it. Is you put it on NBC News and you make the article rather than the police response. Notice how that fucking photo's not on there. But we know that shit happened. Right?
So you're saying that the CIA got a meme team ready to go?
No, I'm telling you right now. Watch, go down to that Newsweek one.
I think the CIA legitimately
Or that one right there.
100% has
Look
a
at that.
meme team.
No, I'm not.
100%,
That fucking
brother.
video of something walking or whatever, that's bullshit. I don't give a fuck about that part. I give a fuck about since when the fuck do that many cops show up
for a fight.
for
at the
a
mall.
fight between teenagers, they said. Teens fighting. I can tell you right now that there could be 50 teens fighting. And you're going to get 10 squad cars.
If that.
Not fucking 100 plus the feds. The feds had like 10 fucking cars there.
So what were the aliens doing in a mall? Shopping?
I'm not saying there was aliens. I'm saying that if you wanted to cover something up, that's what you say. You make sure everybody says some alien shit and then you make fun of it. So that everybody goes, ha, that's dumb. And they move on and they stop asking about why the fuck there were so many cops there.
It doesn't help though when the only evidence is it's like take a look now. You could see, and then there's always some motherfucker on TikTok that's just like pointing up into nothingness, and then it's just like headlights that they see. Like if you can see the shadows, it's just a bunch. So when the only people see that's when I start not even questioning it, but that's when I start like losing all faith in it. Is when the only people that are eyewitnesses that got pictures, that got video, don't have anything. They did not really see it. They don't really got photos. They don't got video. They may have been like outside when all this shit was happening. But I mean, it's also possible. Like, what if it was like a terrorist attack and they don't want people like thinking that it was
That's what I'm
something
saying.
super wild.
They don't want us knowing that it was there was a security breach in that way. They may not want us to know what the fuck. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I just know that the government does weird shit like this. And the way that they play it off is that the media will make fun of it. The media made fun of that fucking Chinese spy balloon. And they made all kinds of fun about that so that we would make memes and we would do the whole thing. Let me tell you, the fucking government shot something down 3 times that weekend. One of them happened to be this balloon. They never found it. They claim they never found the wreckage and they don't know what happened to it. Another something was shot down in Alaska. Couldn't find it. Never found anything. No evidence of nothing. And another something was shot down over like Montana. Never found it. Don't ask us no questions. Haha, funny Chinese balloon. Make memes. Yeah. Run with those. And go. I don't know what the fuck they shot down. I'm not saying they shot down aliens. I'm saying whatever the fuck they shot down, they're not trying to tell us. And when they do that shit, they do stuff like this.
What would you think that our government is probably more willing to allude to, that there's aliens out there, or that our enemies have technology that we don't have?
I think either of those would be
what would they?
to their idea.
I really think the most logical reason this happened was that there's an overfunded police department in Miami and overzealous police officers and teams, and they do stupid ass shit.
The
like
feds
this.
showed up though.
Yeah, I mean they're cops too. They're just cops in black suits instead of blue ones, and
Maybe
I mean
they don't show up to fights though.
But I mean,
when the feds show up to something, there's typically something big going on.
Sure,
the feds showed up for like fucking.
From the story I heard, it was fights and some firecrackers went off, and they're like, "Oh, there's a shooting," and so they, like, police are going to respond in Miami to a shooting in some type of fucking insane way. This is insane, but I wouldn't put it past a police department to do something like this on their own and like send the squad cars, get the feds there. We're having a shooting. Woo! We're in the news.
Though, to kind of piggy off that. I mean, it's kind of true because like. Especially in Florida, because how many years ago was it when that mass shooting happened at that gay bar or that gay club? You know what I mean?
That was only last year.
Well, that's what I mean.
And it happened here in Colorado Springs.
No,
but it's just like
so
now what if you have a police department that's just like on edge, willing? Is there like they hear the shootings happening at a mall?
The police department where the school happened and then none of the cops went in and all these kids got hurt and killed and
that
like
too,
there's so many raising things and that keeps just funding their departments and they gotta fucking find a reason to use all this shit and all this overtime. They love to pay them motherfuckers overtime, and they're out there, and if they're told to go, they're gonna go, and probably more than usual. And you know they thought they had a mass shooting happening. This is the story.
Maybe.
That. And
Allegedly.
the same way to not be embarrassed that we waste our fucking money on the police to do shit like this, you bury it in stories just the same way of making it a joke, make it lighter, and not have people think that we sent probably $1 million.
But this story
worth
went
of support.
viral. But here's the other thing: is that this story went viral before the news hit it. It went viral because of the first photos you saw where people did share photos, but it was photos of a gang of cops outside that mall.
Yeah,
and people
I saw those.
And
That's
also,
when I heard about
for what
this.
it's worth, again, I'm not saying there was aliens at the mall. Just so we're clear, Justin is not the conspiracy theorist.
Eric is.
Eric is. I am just saying that I also believe, while I both believe that people take shit too far and act all fucking wild with these conspiracies, I also believe that the government, and we know this by proof, there's been proof in the past that the government likes to use propaganda to hide shit. And they'll do funny things. And I also know that it is annoying that everybody on the TikTok is like, oh, this is what you have to see right here. And this is that. And in code section 18 of the police code in Miami, it says that blah, blah, blah. And they'll bring up shit. And it's like they're just a dude talking on TikTok. I get it. Right? Mm-hmm. Allegedly, there was also a dude talking on TikTok months ago. Talking about, I live on the first floor of this building and there are Jews under me. And they're making noise. And there's Jews everywhere. And everybody was like, you anti-Semitic piece of shit. And then these motherfuckers started crawling out of the fucking sewer. Did you see that shit?
I did see this shit.
Yeah,
While I'm like, yeah, that does not raise my flag for a credible source, I would not automatically say because it's on TikTok, it is an incredible source either.
Sure.
Look at that. Damn, that conga line
Dude,
got off track.
Fucking see if you can find the fucking video of this motherfucker. Oh, it's probably on this video. Keep it going forward. This fucking Orthodox Jew in a fucking cool old top hat, looking fresh in his black fucking his black old suit, crawling out of
like a storm drain.
A storm drain.
Yeah, it's awesome,
dude. One of the wildest. Like it sounds. It's like the more you read this article, the more you feel like, oh yeah, we're definitely we're all the victim of
we're in the glitch
of Borat 3.
They didn't mean to. Did they mean to do all this?
This is a Borat skit. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Like there's no fucking way this is real. That's how wild this shit is. And months ago, allegedly, somebody on TikTok was like, "Yo, I live in New York. I'm on the first floor, and I hear Jews under me." In the ground.
How do you know?
And somebody was like, everybody else was like, you can't, you shut. Like
you can
you're
say
going
you hear
so far.
Wrong time, man.
Wait.
Wrong
You can
time.
say you hear people under you, but what did he hear? You're like,
Hebrew.
like just like through the walls and shit.
Yeah. I heard him saying dreidel, dreidel down there.
Yeah, you know, like
I don't know, but I know that they were not wrong.
all I say is that
Allegedly, I don't know. I
There's just
wasn't
something weird when if someone were to be like, "Yo, I hear people in the wall." They'd be like, "Yo, really?" But it's like, "Yo, I hear Jews in the wall." You're like, "All right, okay, all right."
Like,
What if there were
is
Jews?
this about people in the wall? Is this really about people in the wall?
But is it bad if there
Are
are
the
Jews
Jews
in the
with
wall?
us in the room right now?
Look, if you heard a motherfucker in your wall speaking Portuguese
How am I
In
gonna
a-
know it's Portuguese?
in a Brazilian accent, I don't know. Maybe you know this thing. Maybe you
The real question is, if I said there's like Mexicans in my wall, but it is a Brazilian speaking Portuguese, am I still racist then? Because I'm wrong. I didn't hear the Portuguese.
Yeah, but it's different.
like the people in the wall go secondary to everything.
But imagine though then that you're Eric. And you're Mexican in the wall. And you know Spanish. Not only that, you know the Mexican dialects of Spanish. So you're like, that is clearly a motherfucker from Chihuahua. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, you're like, there's a fucking Chihuahua in my fucking wall.
I'd be like, you gotta.
And you're like, get out of your fucking
wall.
mind. And then you open the wall, and a motherfucker straight from Chihuahua comes out. Now, is that really racist, or are you just good with
Just
your
drives
dialects?
like a mid-90s F-150 on 25-inch rims right through your wall, and it's just like, I'm from
Is this the
Chihuahua.
one, Eric? I want to see this fucking guy crawl out of a storm drain.
That guy saw the opening scene of Inglourious Bastards, and it's like, there's Jews under me.
Tell the bear Jew there's a German here that wants to die for his country. Oblige him.
This is wild though. What was their reason for this? They just
From what I heard was there was a group of young Hasidic Jews here that were like studying, and they wanted a place to study on their own because they didn't want to have to interact as much with the religion.
This is gangbanging.
And
Like,
they
what's
built
up?
some
Fuck you,
like
Jesus
tunnels. Look at them
lovers.
dancing in handcuffs.
did they build that, or did they kind of like unveil something that was already there?
No, I guess they dug it over the last few years. Could
And
have
they're
possibly.
turning pews over. I don't even know if that's what you
Dude,
call
that's what
them.
I'm saying. They're gangbanging over there but they're like, fuck all you Jesus lovers.
You know, religion's like the original gang.
I've been trying to tell these motherfuckers. God, man, I can't believe we can't find that fucking video. That is it's top 3.
It's been wiped from the internet.
Fuck no, I just saw it yesterday. I watch it every morning.
Oh man, but
Start your day.
conspiracy theorists, bruh, oh my god, they love
Yeah, I know.
this
Annoying.
shit. The second they hear Jew
Tunnel?
secret tunnel,
But talking shit about conspiracy theorists is how you go so far that you end up going like, oh, something is real that's not. You know, in the opposite direction where you're like, you end up on the other side of some shit where you're like, hey man, I did it at one point where I was like, look man, these motherfuckers say we need to stay 6 feet apart. And I was trusting the science. But really, I was trusting some dude named Fauci on TV talking this bullshit that we know for sure now. He has testified under Congress that he made that shit up. There's zero science to that social distancing. There's zero science to any of this stuff. Based it on a fucking virus that has nothing, is nothing.
I say
Like,
this.
but we didn't question it, right? We were just told, yeah, that's a thing. That must be. They wouldn't lie to us. That's a thing. And you know why it went that far? Is because I was on the same side where I was like, these fucking goofy conspiracy theorists are so dumb. How the fuck do they believe everything? So because of that, I went so far to the other side that I was like, everything they say is stupid. It's not real, and that puts you in a position where you're like, yeah. You know what I mean? Let's laugh at the guy who says there's Jews under his floor.
Yeah,
I don't know.
but when it comes to at least like the social distancing and the mask and all that, I'll say this: we were told as a human race, we saw a motherfucker run, and we ran. we just saw someone running and we ran. We could figure it out after the fact that we probably didn't have to run as far or as fast as we did. But I saw a group of people running from something. I'm not gonna be like,
I could be the fool who stays to get eaten by hyenas, or we could go.
Fuck no, I'm not gonna run too. No, we
you.
saw people run as a people, and we decided to get the fuck up and go with them.
Who was the one that didn't do it? It was the white people.
Yeah, exactly. Because they got to investigate.
Sorry, y'all.
let's hear from the white caucus now.
The Caucasian caucus.
The Caucasian caucus.
The double cock.
Oh yeah. The Caucasian caucus from the mountains of Caucasus.
Oh man. Yikes, spikes. Should we pull out that other beer? You done with that one?
Yeah, let's do this real quick because we've already been here for like, how long have we been here, Eric?
God, what color is the light on?
Green.
He's still catching up with that.
We're at 30 minutes in.
Oh, okay, cool. But 30 minutes in. This what day is it? It's the fucking 17th of January, 2024. My name is Justin. To my far left, that's gonna be Steven. Ahead of us, producing always Eric. He won't switch the camera to him anymore.
I haven't set it up.
He's afraid of y'all. And our absolutely special guest returning from 50 episodes ago, my boy PDox, a.k.a. Patio Poppy, a.k.a. DJ, a.k.a. the Don Juan.
Yeah.
And this is the Lone Ranger versus Tonto in this motherfucker.
Hey.
Let's do a beer segment.
gotta get the beers.
Steven? Me? Fuck, I gotta do everything.
Yeah.
Say
Your
the
workhorse
intro,
of this
I gotta-
group.
In the meanwhile, my favorite conspiracy theory is that the moon isn't real.
I like that.
Oh, you need to
Yeah,
talk to
it's
my
just a
homie
it's just
Third,
a
man. He'll
spaceship.
go all day talking about how
I'm not gonna lie, I'm half
moon
on
ain't
that
real.
one.
The moon ain't real?
I mean, it's real, but I don't know
It's a
if
spaceship.
if it is what it is.
It's a spaceship.
It's a
It's all the
spaceship.
craters, no matter how big they are, they're all the same depth. Like, it's just tidally locked. I don't believe it, man. What's behind the moon?
I mean, hold on. That's bullshit. I've heard that shit about tidally locked. That's all kinds of things are tidally locked that we find everywhere. There's all kinds of moons of Saturn that are tidally locked. All kinds of shit. That's not the big thing. The big thing to me is that from how we can calculate the mass of the moon, it's too big for its mass.
I want everyone listening to know that that is incorrect, and these guys don't know what they're talking about. The moon's
Hey.
real.
I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not, and I think hold on. Not only do I think
Not
it's real,
aliens.
we've been there. Right?
yeah,
I'm not one of
yeah.
these like, oh, we never went to the moon, stupid asses. We definitely been there.
Okay.
But I don't know if it is what they said it is. They say right now the leading theory for how the moon was created, which we don't know, is that some other object hit the Earth so hard while it was forming that a big chunk came off, and then they essentially the gravity did its job, and we ended up with two things. One, that's wild. I don't know if we know that that's how any other moons have been made. And two,
Not all moons have been made like that. Some of them are asteroids that got caught up close enough to a planet's
what I'm
gravitational
saying.
pull, where it just
Right.
that's why they have like 7 plus.
that's
fucking
most of Jupiter's moons, most of Saturn's moons. These are all, but we got this wild one, right? And specifically, I think one of the, and I may be wrong about this, but this is what I read, that when they dug on the moon, the soil on top was older than the dirt as you went down. So as you go, it's like something.
So it was like it accumulated from the middle and went out. You mean, or you mean it started from outside?
When they dug down, that dirt was younger than the top layer.
But I mean, but now you're talking like, okay, well, what?
And I don't know what the fuck that is. But that sounds wild, and that's not how you naturally.
But now we're talking about an object in space that doesn't have the same.
I ain't never been there either.
I mean, it doesn't have the same atmosphere as us. It doesn't have the same gravitational pull as us. It's out in space, right?
But it does have some gravitational
it does
pull.
Have, it doesn't have
which
the
could
same.
mean just that, like,
It affects our oceans.
100 million years ago that the younger moon that was built off the way we said, and then there was like a giant space storm or something that came through, like meteors and all kinds of shit that hit the Earth, but that carries all this dust and it lands on the moon and
that
more
could happen.
collisions, and that's how the older stuff that got brought in from some older shit, bam, hit this new object. But I want to say this thing about the moon. I've always been a little skeptical since I even was a kid when they told us about the dark side of the moon, right, and how that works, that it rotates at the same pace at this distance that makes the Earth always see the same side of the moon.
Tidally locked. Yeah, that's what Eric was talking about.
Is that what that's called? Is tidally locked?
Yeah.
That's the scientific name.
Interesting.
Also, giants are real, and they outlive us. They've been here longer than we have. They
I'm
live in the
old
mountains.
and
The
that's right.
Nephilim.
The Heffalumps?
The Nephilim.
Heffalumps? the woozles?
That's what the Bible called. That's what the Bible called the giants. No, check this out though. So here's one other thing that I read. I don't know if this is true. Y'all don't fucking take me. I'm not goddamn Bill Nye the Science Guy. Okay.
That's why I don't read.
I am just an internet, the science internet. Okay. So check this out. I also read that we know, may or may not be true. Maybe we can look this up, right? That we know as a species that the Earth climate has seasons specifically because of the moon.
Okay.
And that without the moon, we would not have seasons. We would have overall climatic geographic areas. So geographically your climate would be set based on where you are. Mm-hmm. But because of the moon, we have actual seasons.
Okay.
Right? I don't know if this is true. But I know that there is a tribe in Zimbabwe, possibly, somewhere in the whole continent of Africa, the biggest fucking continent we have, but the whole some indigenous tribe, an indigenous tribe, absolutely true, that has stories of history, and in their prehistory historic stories, they talk about the Earth before the moon, and that we had no moon and we had no seasons. It was a haze of fog that they essentially lived in, and then the moon was placed in the sky and gave them the seasons. And this is a story that they've had for thousands of years.
Yeah, but that also sounds.
But it's also what we know about the moon.
Okay. I mean, okay, but here's
That's wild.
Yeah, okay. I
wasn't there.
I understand
that
the
last
sentiment.
monologue, though, I just have to say was very like Donald Trump. Like if you just cut out looking at Justin and just heard, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just asking. Nah, but here's
Thousands
the
of
thing.
years.
He's about to be president again. I bet Main Rock last year, boy, and he about to pay up with $20.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, here's the thing. But like that sounds like a religious thing, as far as just like explaining why the things are the way that they are, because that's in all religions, even in like Greek mythology. It's like, why? What is the sun reflection on water? Oh, that's Midas. Midas touched the water, so now there's gold, and that. So it's things to kind of explain why things are the way that they are. So you create this fable, you create this story, you create this mythology about it, and so yeah, it makes sense for a group of people to be like, oh, before. I mean, shit, there was, even in just the Bibles, like before anything, right? There was nothingness, and then God made the sun and the stars and Katt Williams, and he made... You know what I mean? So...
Sun, stars, Katt Williams, check. Heavens and the earth.
Sunday, called it a break.
What is it, Sunday already?
That was
Call it.
He made Katt Williams. It was like, that's my masterpiece. I'm going to chill for a day.
I'm chilling, y'all. He can run a 4-1 at 60.
Oh, yeah. To be honest, I heard that's why the Jews have tunnels, is to stay away from Katt Williams.
He's after them. He's exposing them.
He's coming for him.
Everybody.
He's coming for him. So they were like,
You
fucking
know what I
dig
really
some
felt
holes.
in all those videos that I saw that? I was just like, poor Shannon Sharpe. This man, why
Hell
did
nah.
you do that?
Hold up, he has.
That better be a lesson learned to him, though.
Fuck no. Google or fucking go on YouTube right now and tell me how many fucking views that shit
Oh,
has.
it's insane, I'm sure.
Shannon Sharpe
to
went
deal
from
with that, like,
fuck no. If Shannon Sharpe, listen to this, had a podcast that only motherfuckers who like Shannon Sharpe
I never heard of that podcast
like
before.
really like Shannon Sharpe. He's on his 200 and something episode. Motherfuckers who really like Shannon Sharpe, that podcast. That 50 fucking million views. Give it 5,000.
That don't mean nothing to me.
I mean, that means something to a lot of people.
See, look at the title. Is he lying? You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, if you
Is he though? I don't know. I wasn't there.
No,
if
that's
you
a separate one.
speak shit, and if you say with your whole chest, it does not matter if you used to smoke crack every day back in the day. Does not matter. You show up wearing a chain and you speak it with your chest. Everybody's and all he's doing
That's
is
how
just,
TikTok works.
he's just reiterating and he's just giving people what they want, you know? And that's what I mean. That's why I think Shannon has a lot to learn from this situation because, yeah, he got the views and he got everything, but he just let someone just go off the cuff and he couldn't rein that shit in. He could not settle it down. He could not handle it. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, Katt Williams running.
Oh, yeah. Fast as fuck, boy.
He's going to hurt himself.
Dude, there's a video of him running?
Yeah, there's a video of him running. Yeah, exactly.
He's running.
He's on a basketball court and he's
It's not no 40-yard dash. That's like 30.
look at his hard cut right here on the phone. That was him. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah. He also runs. He runs like he's trying his hardest to make footprints. Whack, 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 whack. Like that's all I kept thinking about when he was running. Was he's like he runs like fucking Howard the Duck.
Oh, man.
Hey, we got this cool yellow beer. Steven, tell us a little bit.
Tell us about this beer.
I don't know really much about it except I saw the can and I was like, that seems like the right one. And a milkshake IPA is generally like kind of like a dessert beer-ish in my opinion. But I figured it'd be fun. And it's made with sugar, milk sugar, and vanilla.
I mean, I fuck with
Some hops.
I fuck with creamsicles. Is it like creamsicle or no?
Creamsicles are, you know what?
It's got a cool little Blues Brothers thing going on in part of the can.
Creamsicle for me is definitely like an acquired taste. I did not like it growing up. I don't really care for it too much these days, but it's got such a distinctive taste that it's just like, all right, cool. I can rock with this. I know what creamsicle tastes like. I recognize it, and I'm like, okay, it's creamsicle beer, cool.
Yeah, right. Little
Yeah,
citrusy,
it's a
little vanilla.
little different. Yeah, you know, but it's beer.
Yeah.
It's beer.
Oh yeah. When I was a little kid, my mom would buy like a box of creamsicles, and I still have this problem to this day. I have no control, so that's why I won't even allow fucking. I'm not allowing.
Yeah.
I won't even go. First of all, Safeway is the only place that sells creamsicles now. King Soopers don't sell them. They sell like the off brands, and I don't fuck with the off brands. I only fuck with the popsicle creamsicle.
The popsicle brand.
Popsicle brand creamsicle one, and so I don't go to Safeway, because if I have a box in my house, and this has been true since I was like 10 years old, it will last 47 seconds flat.
I hear what you're saying.
I will take down a box of creamsicles faster than Katt Williams can run a 40.
A box?
A box of them.
Just like
Hell yeah.
just right off the stick.
Hell yeah.
Whole box of
Fuck
them.
it.
Oh man.
Right off the stick was my nickname in middle school.
Hey yo.
Hey yo.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I
man.
fuck a creamsicle heavy. This does not taste like a creamsicle though, but it tastes like a good beer to make a creamsicle float with.
I mean, it tastes like beer, but it has an aftertaste of the cream. For me,
Maybe.
at least, it has the aftertaste of a creamsicle.
I feel like if I stuck the orange and vanilla ice cream in a cup
Yeah.
and poured this over, that'd be fire.
Little, like 2/3 this, 1/3 some orange soda, little scoop of ice cream,
Fucking A.
little boozy orange float.
See, don't bring one of those
Creamsicle
when you're here,
float.
boy. I'll be pissed. I'll be an alcoholic by tonight.
I bet
Quick.
Buzzball's got that flavor. We can
Not
just get
an
you a Buzzball
alcoholic.
of that.
I'm a drunk. What's that joke? Alcoholics have to go to those meetings.
Oh man.
Yep, I'm not mad at it at all.
No,
It tastes more like sickle than green, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it does taste a lot of sickle.
It tastes
Not
more
so
like
much
the
cream.
stick that's been soaked in the ice cream and orange.
It tastes like the
Juice in
joke
there.
that's on the popsicle stick.
Yeah, that's a good one. But it's like missing the punchline.
Yeah.
Somebody
Where
tell a
the
popsicle
fuck-
stick joke. Go.
A what?
Popsicle stick joke.
Oh man, it would popsicle stick joke would be like, what do you fuck? What do you call a fly with no wings? A walk. Next question.
Oh yeah.
They be having the stupidest jokes on there. How many tickles does it make to make an octopus laugh?
8.
Tentacles. Hey, I'm here all day. Hey, I'm here all day, all week, all night.
Can we get some dudumts out here?
Yeah, I know.
There it
There
is.
There it is.
They're all
Just
messed
give
up.
us another
He
one. Now
actually
that
has
he's queued
one. That's
up.
funny.
Now that he's queued up, give us another one.
Shit. I can do this.
Hey, you need an arc?
Huh.
I know a guy.
From
From the fucking drum.
This guy.
God damn it.
Sorry.
Funny man.
I asked ChatGPT to give me one.
We missed it again. Damn
It's
it,
okay.
Eric. Turn off the circus music. We're done. Oh, he turned up the circus music.
Hey, should have been my intro music.
Oh, yeah.
You don't walk it again? We can load it back up.
Hell yeah, let's try it. Here we go. Introducing PDox.
I love the tuba because I'm fat.
This one sounds like Harry Potter's up to no good. Creeping through
He's
Hogwarts.
about out there managing some mischief.
Yeah, that's a Harry Potter score if it was made in like the 90s.
Yeah. I think the first Harry Potter was like 2001.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Pretty damn close. I'm sure some of the filming happened in the 90s.
Same year as 9/11.
Oh, that's true.
Type in Harry Potter goblins.
What?
Goblins and see if anyone talks about how there he goes Jewish caricatures.
That's bullshit.
J.K. Rowling is anti-Semitic, y'all.
There's goblins in my basement.
They got a pirate goblin handling all your money. And they're shifty too. That's what he says in the movie.
He does say that.
He says it's shifty. 6 million goblins. 6 million goblins. Are you sure? Yeah, exactly. Nah, she's wild for that one.
I agree,
Yeah, I don't
man.
know.
J.K. Rowling's got some.
That sounds like a conspiracy theory.
Well, I mean,
yeah, a
when you
little
write
bit.
in like a slave, she did write in like a slave race into that book as well. Like what's Dobby? I don't know what the house elves. The house elves.
But also freed him in the second book.
Yeah, because he had to be like the fucking son of the lightning bolt to be able to do that and be the
No,
person
it was
to do it.
it was to show that there's some
All these-
motherfuckers, just like human beings, just like the rest of us. There's some of us that are some goofy motherfuckers that will do some wild shit if given the power, like the full-on magic folk. In the same, so I think it was just a reflection of the way humans are.
No, but if it's like, if we're taking the race thing, we can also say that Harry Potter is the white savior in this role.
Talk about it. I don't even know where you're
Maybe.
going with this.
Go
But
off,
talk
fam.
about it. Spit.
No, that's about it. That's all I got.
That's it.
I agree.
Harry Potter is the white savior.
I agree.
It happened in London. That's where they make white people.
You sound like you're from London.
You sound like you're from London. yes, I'm from London.
Isn't that guy like a crazy conspiracy guy now?
I
Russell
mean,
Brand?
no, but sure.
Russell Brand. Oh.
They said
I don't
again.
know.
If you read the articles on him, yes.
Russell
but-
Brand just kind of comes off as just like an opportunist, like leftist.
Nah, I've followed him for a long time on
Really?
YouTube, and he's always been the same. And all he really does is he points out wild shit that other people are doing using legitimate, credible news articles to do it. But he's just showing, like, look, they're like, this is what they said is going on, and then this is what this article fucking says that nobody read apparently because We only care about the clickbait ones. And
I
sometimes he says some like to be honest, I don't even know if he said like any crazy wild shit. I think that before the pandemic, he was one of those people talking about 6 feet and masks, and I don't know if that's right or not. And this guy saying that he is science is wild. Are y'all paying attention? And he didn't say anything else. And then he'll make like monologue jokes about stuff. But he just like points out what's going. People that are mad at him for being a conspiracy theorist, I don't think he's ever said anything conspiracy theorist way besides when he'll point out some shit that's going on in the news and then mention in a joke or something about how the globalists are trying to fucking do something. But honestly,
I think there's like a disconnect, or there's somewhere people get lost between like criticism of what our government is telling us to full blown out conspiracy theory.
No doubt.
Because you can criticize like, did the mask work, or did social distancing work, or you can criticize all that, but once it starts breaking down, because the thing is that the people that are the most loudest about that stuff not working are people where you give them enough time to talk, then it starts turning into the Jews
and lizard people,
replacement theory, and all this other.
And we've never been to the moon.
Then it starts.
We've never been to the moon.
Yeah, you start letting it.
Do y'all remember QAnon? That was a big thing for a while.
Oh man, did you ever watch the documentary on HBO?
No.
I bet there's a million of them, but there's this one on HBO that's really, it's really good. Talking about the whole QAnon. It gets you frustrated though, because it's kind of like. It's like, you ever like watch like a documentary on a cult, and then you start wondering like, how the fuck do people like get so how'd you fall for this? What are you talking about? How did you fall for this? And then you're watching this Q shit, and you're not even sympathize,
to, like, believe, or like trying to like put yourself.
You're trying to empathize because you understand.
Okay, how could I see myself believing that like? I don't even, there's some wild shit.
And then you find a clue or two, and you're like, okay, I can see how that could be. And then they just go down some
man.
The thing is, your life is too good.
And now
they
Tom
usually
Hanks
have
is
like, oh, my
with...
wife left me and some shit.
Thank you.
My kids don't believe me. Like, it's usually some like, the conspiracy theories are filling a hole in their life that they fucked up on, and they're taking control of it through that.
What replaced QAnon on the internet over the last couple of years? Just Erick Arredondo?
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle? Yeah. Right?
Aliens at the Miami Mall.
In Miami and Dave Chappelle.
Aliens would be a good argument for replacing
Katt Williams.
that shit.
Katt Williams. Again, no, but again, man, it all ties back to this thing that we were talking about earlier, when it's just like people who just say shit with their full chest, full conviction.
No doubt.
People will believe it.
Well, the thing is, the people saying it 100% believe it. And that's how you can say it with your chest like
and
that.
not just that, especially when you get people like Katt Williams who give some sort of validity into Hollyweird and all this other like conspiracy theory shit. And then you get someone like Katt Williams that's like, I went to an Illuminati meeting with Ludacris. And it's just like, all right, man, what is this Illuminati meeting? That they wanted you to shave your beard and you said no, and Ludacris
do you just mean
said
a bunch
yes?
of rich white people? Is
That's
that
what I mean.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Ludacris responded though
with a freestyle.
with a verse.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Pull that up, Eric. This fool responded with a verse, and I'll tell you that it was not that good.
Oh.
He made a retort to almost everything that was said about him, but none of like as a rapper.
But he didn't really like.
And as somebody who, as a Ludacris fan, like none of this shit was what none of it. I was like, oh damn, that was hard, or while you would write a verse, like he literally.
It's the equivalent of like, imagine if he was just like, PDox allowed someone to go up his butt for a movie deal, and then I do a response. I'm like, man, people just want to talk things and people just want to say things, and I don't respond to it. It's like I don't address
kind of response like that. But then
you don't really say anything about it.
The high road.
Yeah, exactly. You take the high road on it.
To move that bitch to the high road.
It's a 50-50 mix between that and if Taylor Swift went up after Kanye and was like, Kanye doesn't love music, and like sang her response, right? How goofy that would fucking be. You're like, that's corny. That's how I felt as a motherfucker who raps, and I like Ludacris. That's how I felt watching this. I was like, oh man, like none of these lines are any good. You're not saying anything tight. You didn't say anything in response. You just said about how like, I don't know. Let's watch it.
I would definitely believe Taylor Swift doing something like that. She is a psyop.
I know.
Whatever's heavy on my heart is always on my mind. Like Snoop's cannabis shredder, I'm always on my grind. They throwing shade cause niggas could never take my shine. I bring my watch collection on my jet, let me take my time. Like fine wine, I'm aging like Benjamin. Top 5, I'm worth mentioning. Bring me rappers, I'm lynching them. See the pendulum swing, Jesus with diamond thorns. Ludacris, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati. Only a Illuminati, and I only left with bitches when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns, yeah, that's my signature. Addictions on the rise, comedians check your temperature.
It wasn't that bad.
I mean,
It was not that good.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't
If
bad.
I was Katt Williams, I would write a rap
He
back
did.
and eat his ass up.
Katt Williams made a verse response
he?
to this. I haven't heard it yet, but I saw that shit.
Is it
early.
good though? Because I expect
don't know. I haven't heard
Katt
it
to
yet.
be able to write, and all you got to do is write one fucking punchline, and you're gonna win. What a stupid thing he did. And I fuck with
Katt
Ludacris.
Williams rap response to Katt Williams. I want to see that video.
Yeah, he's like, Katt, you crazy. Oh, you put this shit on Suge Knight's podcast? That's how you know that this shit's not legit, bro. That's how you know what he's saying is lying.
As soon as you said he put a response in, I was like, this is planned. This is
It's
like
on
our
Suge Knight's
orchestrated. Like,
podcast, bro. Suge Knight said Keefy D need to be free. You know who Keefy D
Yeah.
is. Yeah. He said free Keefy D. We're going to believe Suge Knight or anything that come out on his podcast.
Well, why would I believe Suge Knight over Keefy D? Didn't he snitch on himself?
When?
Isn't that how Keefy D got
Keefy D,
locked
yeah.
up?
Keefy D was just talking too
He got
much.
locked up
Yeah.
because he fucking snitched
'Cause
on
he was
himself,
talking
and the
too
feds
much.
was listening and was like, "Well, let's pay attention. What did he just say?" And they rolled up in his house, and he had the gun and all the stuff that he said he had. Like, how the fuck free who? This fool snitched on himself, and then went on with life. Like motherfuckers ain't been looking for fucking, I don't know, for suspects or since the goddamn 1996. This will really spit
rap
a
this.
rap.
Oh, my bad. I'm still trying to find it.
Nah, it's all good. That's how it be, man, on
Oh, yeah,
YouTube.
clickbait.
You type
I
in,
get all
clickbait,
the-
yeah, you get all the people responding to it.
Reactions to it and everything, but I can't see the
We're the
original.
only ones with microphones around this motherfucker responding to shit. No one wants to see you.
About to be Steve's reaction video.
Look at his stupid ass hoodie. Hoes are headaches with the Toys R Us R on it.
backwards Toys R Us are. Damn, he really worked for that Toys R Us font, too.
Oh yeah, he made that himself.
I don't know.
The fucking cat, he recorded this on a fucking prison phone.
Oh,
like
man.
Mac
He
Dre.
found his razor.
like fucking, like Bobby Shmurda.
He's like, you know what? He's like, fuck this. I got this motherfucker right here. Watch this.
Ludacris says response to me is rap. I'll give him a rap in response.
Bitch.
In real life, I'm fast and furious. In real life, you like curious. Got a fast car, but
All right, we can stop right here.
turn this off.
He said, I'm
All this-
fast and furious, you're bi-curious, dog.
And this fool likes it, like on mute. If we watch this dumbass fool, he likes it. My bad, Stevie King, if you happen, or Stevie Knight, or whatever the fuck your name is, if you happen to be watching.
Yeah,
But
50
otherwise,
Cent
stop
looking
laughing at this dumbass shit. It's not funny. It's not tight. There ain't nothing tight about that verse. There wasn't nothing tight about Ludacris' verse. You motherfuckers can't rap. Do something else.
David said Goliath bigger than a motherfucker, but he still got your number.
One spot.
For your
Okay,
number
cat.
one.
Yeah. All right, turn this off. Turn this off, Eric.
Yeah, get,
One of us is a killer and the other is not. All right, like we can stop. And then you know what the comments are gonna say? Where's the lie? Where's the lie?
Where's the line?
That's
Protect
everybody.
Katt Williams at all costs.
See, protect Katt. Protect Katt. Oh, Katt went crazy. Oh,
Man, y'all some simpletons over there, boy.
man, if I want to blow up and just beat everybody in this podcast game, I'm gonna smoke crack for 2 years straight, and then I'm gonna get a microphone and just say from my chest all the shit that I've seen. And it's nothing that I actually seen. It's all just ramblings in my own head. I love it. I want to be Katt Williams so bad right now.
I love a Katt and M collab diss track on Diddy.
Eminem fans can't fucking help themselves, bro. It's a Katt Williams video talking about Ludacris, and someone's still going to talk about Eminem on this shit,
They're
bro.
writing their verses
Can
in
they
the
stop,
comments.
please?
What do you think that's about?
Dog, it's because a lot of the people who listen to Eminem are people who are into the whole Holly weird, all this other shit, and so of course they're gonna gravitate towards Katt because they've been calling Katt crazy for many. Dog, I remember in high school people were saying Katt's on drugs and Katt's crazy. He just says he blackballs himself and all, and a lot of it kind of is true, but even a lot of the shit that he does say has nuggets of truth in it, so people will automatically gravitate towards
and he's
it.
funny.
I mean, and he's funny, but
to deny that he's funny is absolutely ridiculous.
I'm not denying he's funny, but I'm just saying but I think the reason why you see a lot, because how many
I've seen all
times do you
kinds
hear
of cats deny he's funny because they're like they don't like what he
Yeah,
said,
I mean,
or they don't want to hear people like they try to act like lying is the worst thing to them. When I'm sure they lie about all kinds of shit. There's all kinds of people that they allow lie. It's just like when famous people lie, they want to jump on the fuck that guy and he's supposed to be way up there, but really he ain't shit. That makes me up here and he's down here, and it's like that guy you like. Well, I'm more honest than him, so I'm cool. So there's like that sense of it, but
here, I'll say this though, as far as to why you see Eminem comments in these kinds of videos is because not all, of course, but a lot of Eminem fans, how many times you heard this? I don't listen to rap, but I love Eminem, right? You hear that shit all the time. People who don't know shit about rap that listen to Eminem, but a lot of Eminem fans, because of that fact, are a bunch of grifters, are people that are either centrist or right leaning, and so they're already kind of subject to believing and needing to hear and validate these kinds of feelings. They listen to Tom McDonald, they listen to all these other fucked up rappers that just talk a bunch of bullshit. So now here's Katt that's just basically just saying all the shit that they've been thinking this whole time. Holly weird, everyone's weird in Hollywood, and so-and-so steals jokes and blah, blah. And the whole joke stealing thing too is hilarious to me, because it's like in any industry, people are going to steal shit. That doesn't make it right. But
Cedric really did steal his jokes.
No, but
and he's not lying when he says that Cedric ain't never been really that funny. I saw Cedric live, and he was the weakest one out of the 6-person lineup. I saw Cedric the Entertainer. George Lopez was the host, so he came up for 10 minutes between 6 times. So he ended up doing an hour that way, right? But Cedric the Entertainer, George Lopez, Charlie Murphy, R.I.P. Who the fuck else was there? Motherfucking Day Day.
Mike Epps.
And Eddie Griffin.
Okay.
That was the lineup. It was called the Black and Brown Tour, and it happened in Vegas, and it was in 2015. I went with the homie Joe. Shout out Joe Blizzy. And we went to that shit. And I'll tell you, Cedric was on the lineup. He was the first to go up, and he was easily the weakest one of all.
Okay.
You're almost watching him just because you recognize him, but nothing he said was funny.
No, and I'm not here arguing whether or not if he's funny or not, because I mean, in his situation, it's like, you ever tell a joke and then someone just says it louder at the table, and it gets a laugh, and no, like,
but Joe's simple ass still ain't funny.
You know what I mean? So that's what happened with said. You know, he heard the quietest person at the table say something funny, and he knows he's the loudest one at the table, so he's gonna say it and get all the hype and whatever.
Yep.
My thing, which is really funny, is like this whole the idea of joke stealing, because it's like, in this game of comedy, I'm sure people live jokes all the time. You know, that happens even in beat making. How many times has Puffy gone to a studio session, heard someone make a beat, and then just remake the whole thing all over again? He stole it. No one's talking about this, and that's not people.
That was what Cypress Hill said about Ice Cube's "Keep Your Heads."
So they should have.
What was Ice Cube's joint? The Friday
soundtrack, and they did throw your sets in there.
Yeah. Keep Your Heads was also on the soundtrack, but not that same song. But in any case, Cypress Hill said that fucking. So throw your neighborhood in the A. That they had literally just showed him a song that they had said that in their hook, and he asked to be on it or asked to take it. So, and they were like, "Nah, we're doing it."
I think
a month later, he drops this fucking song for the album, literally with their hook on it.
With their hook on it, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and he happened to drop first, so when they dropped, nobody believed him that fucking they stole it. But he was like, "Dude, like." Literally I watched Be Real on a podcast talk about it where he's like, we literally showed him that shit, and then he wanted to use it, and we were like, no, we really want this for our new album. And a month later he drops it on the fucking soundtrack to a different beat.
I'd say the point that I'm trying to make as far as the whole joke is that people want to what was it, 50 million
50.9 million.
All those people want to pretend that they give a fuck about joke stealing. Stop it. No, you don't.
Doubt.
You don't. You don't give a fuck about joke stealing. You
laugh at them whether they're stolen or not.
Yeah, you're going to laugh at them regardless. You don't know whether or not something was stolen, and then someone's going to show you. So now we all hate Cedric, right? But no, none of this has anything to do with jokes. That's the thing. None of this has anything to do with joke stealing. This is Katt exposing everybody. You know what I mean? That is what the sensationalized
it seems like he came with the list. Like we're getting
shit to say.
We're getting here. Like he
had shit
locked
to say
and loaded in that interview. Like I'm gonna go on Shannon Sharpe and tell it all. And he came with notes. He had a story to tell. And
but for what it's worth, I mean, that's how you create attention. You know what I'm saying?
And
he's going on a tour this year. So if he has the number one selling tour, we could be upset, or we could be like, "Damn, that was really smart of you."
The thing is, though, is that I think inadvertently, Katt kind of just like fed into this whole notion of just like we're constantly lied to. Nothing we're told is ever the truth. The joke you heard is from someone else. This and that is not the truth, and we need somebody from the inside to just tell us all the truth.
And I'm going to be the one.
I'm going to be the one
to drain the swamp.
And it's just like, and what did he really say that like any rational, normal person couldn't just like kind of evaluate on their own? Oh, people steal jokes? Of course, of course. I've had motherfuckers listen to my beats and steal the samples that I use. This shit happens on every level. I'm talking like I'm showing beats in like a bedroom, and someone will hear it, and then I heard them like months later on the same exact fucking beat. This has happened to even me. So it's just like, of course this shit happened. That doesn't make it right. But the thing is that when he does that, when Katt speaks like this, and he speaks with such conviction, and he's just telling it, and he's just letting it all, that's why you get all these people say, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Because he's just feeding into that. He's giving them exactly what they want.
He said it with so much truth. It has to be true.
It has to be true, right? Nothing could be subject to any sort of falsehood, especially him reading 3,000 books by the time he was 10 or some shit.
Is that between 7 and 9 years old, I read 3,000 books.
You know, so for me, the problem I'm always gonna have with people.
Not one fiction, he said. Not one fiction.
I read the
He specifically said
Caterpillar 18 times a day. That shit is real as fuck.
That's a documentary.
That shit actually tells children that butterflies come from cocoons, and they don't. That's the worst part about that book, is that a butterfly doesn't come from a cocoon. If you didn't know that,
it comes from their heart.
My heart. But they come from a chrysalis. And don't be confused with a chrysalis and a cocoon, because most of the things that come from cocoons are nasty ass moths.
Moths are just night butterflies, just so we're clear.
Kinda.
So check this out.
Dusty butterflies, I like to think of them.
Fun subject change real quick, because you want to talk about butterflies and cocoons and chrysalis, right?
Yeah.
So, we'll wrap it up after this one. So, butterflies,
Okay.
right, inside of their chrysalis, they turn into, within a day or so, essentially
Goo.
goo. Right? Now, the outsides of the chrysalis have wings and a few basic major body parts, but that's the outer part of the chrysalis itself. Inside is essentially just goo. They did a test where, as caterpillars, they shocked these motherfuckers every time they put a particular smell of a flower towards them. So you smell this flower, give a little shock to the ground, boom.
Little dandelion, bam. Daisy, damn.
Caterpillar goes into the chrysalis, comes out weeks later as a butterfly. The butterfly had a negative response to the smell. Meaning that we don't really know what happens inside there. It becomes goo. But that goo remembers the shit that happened before it was goo. And then after, when it is a butterfly, it remembers its life.
Fucking A, man. Bugs are wild. Bugs are wild. Eric, if you can just do this for me real quick to show everybody what it looks
Turn this
like.
fucking porn music off. You're pissing me off.
No, what is this? But
fucking
that
about whole
sounds
story.
like-
that was a
I thought-
type Bill Nye fucking science fact I just gave y'all. Shout out to Radio.
and I
Lab.
definitely thought I was
Science
running through a
experiments.
Sonic game during that song. That sounded like a Sonic.
Hell yeah.
Sonic track. Like
that was the oil level.
That, you know what? There's something to say then about
Eric,
like some sort of
Pull up the video
trauma
of
being in our DNA.
the metamorphosis of a.
Why are we
a
afraid of snakes?
grasshopper.
Why are we afraid of spiders? Why
Say that again. Pull up whatever you asked for, but say that again, PDox.
that there's got to be some sort of trauma that's passed down through our DNA, because that's what I don't know. Why are we afraid of snakes and spiders and bugs? Why?
Because they're dangerous.
Well, we haven't. Well, I mean, but how do we as humans initially know?
Babies are inherently afraid of spiders.
Why are we
and
inherently
snakes
afraid
and
of
things like
heights?
that.
Because we know that this stuff.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, well, that's
Because
what
falling sucks.
yeah, exactly. It's traumatic.
Falling from eyes
But
to ground.
but the idea of knowing that before you do anything,
Sure.
before you experience any life, a baby will have a negative reaction to a spider or a snake.
Now let's
We
talk.
know this.
Now let's talk about people who are like minority groups who live this way for generations, passing down trauma, generational trauma, one to another, have a negative response to the police. Exactly. Exactly.
Or the government.
Or the government. Exactly.
You understand? Or I don't know. I was gonna make a racist joke, but I decided not to.
I thought that was
I thought a racist joke was coming. You're like,
You hated to be, if you know what joke I made, if you know what joke I made in my own
ready
mind,
for it.
if you know what joke I made in my own mind, you're a fucking racist too.
Yeah, if you finish that thought in your mind, you mad
You know what I'm
racist.
You just as
And
racist as me.
and you're
Don't
just
fuck-
like us.
Don't you fucking look down on us, okay? We're all equally racist here. Shit. Fucking Jews in the floor and
Again, it's just like, oh, well, imagine if they were, oh my God.
aliens in Miami.
Thank God this tunnel was not in the attic.
some man Frank shit.
You know what I mean?
we should probably end this before we get canceled. You got anything else you want
You
to
got
say?
15
before-
seconds, get rid of that.
No, you got anything else real quick before we get out of here, Steve?
Oh,
What
we
is
have the
this?
metamorphosis of a grasshopper.
Oh, shit. They,
Turn that
Oh, fuck.
fucking.
Maybe it wasn't a grasshopper. What's the fucking nasty?
No, it's a
thing?
grasshopper. What is this?
No, this is not what we're trying to do.
A locust?
No, I'm sorry. It's a dragonfly, not a grasshopper.
Oh.
Holy fuck. Bugs are incredible things. This is the last thing I'm going to say. Bugs are incredible. We are a little bit afraid of them, but I think you can get over that fear pretty quickly because we're pretty safe from all the dangerous ones.
yeah,
to be
until you see
honest.
like a colorful spider.
Well, I mean, I lived in Florida
Then
for
I'm going
4
to stay the
years.
fuck away from that.
I used to live in Florida, and I used to see spiders that were easily this big every single fucking
Like
day
a
of my
6-inch
life.
spider.
Yeah, and
There
they're
you
called
go.
golden orb weavers. But like, look at this is a dragonfly. This is what they look like after coming. They have like 3 different states. They start as this little water thing, and then they climb out of the water. They go in that
Yeah.
little husk, and then but just wait, he's gonna let his wings warm
And
up
it's one
fill
of
with
the oldest
insect blood.
species on Earth. A dragonfly is literally like the first bug.
It's
This bug
Incredible.
existed before most other bugs.
Yeah. This is the
And
OG
the other
bug.
bugs
This is the old head.
and the other bugs that existed don't exist anymore. Like Dragonfly is the only one who lasted.
Outlived them.
Fucking,
Because look at this shit. This is how they become a dragonfly. And they've already lived a good portion of their life. Like this is their like final puberty. And they have like 2 different real puberties where they come in, it's in the water first, and then they swim around the water, and then they become like a nymph. And that little nymph then becomes like this little bug that goes around and eats things. That's the little like shell you see. That's the nymph. And then that shit crawls out of the water and like parks it somewhere. And then over a period of time, this shit happens.
What
This sped
the
up 82
fuck?
times speed. So it goes slow. This is 82 times speed.
How do you
and
know
this
that?
motherfucker, because it was on the screen.
Oh.
And this motherfucker's like filling its shit up with blood and like from the inside. And then it becomes this fucking object that can fly from being a aquatic only, no like air breathing.
yeah, and these things existed hundreds of millions of years before.
Look at that
anything had
motherfucker.
hair. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
yo, that's just like, I mean, we can look at the beauty, and I mean, even in just like babies, they go from
No doubt.
not
Growing them
breathing.
in stomachs.
They're not
they
breathing
They
air.
like survive on like fluids and
Exactly.
such at first, and then they come
You're
out
like,
and
we're like
smack their butt and
amphibious
they can-
almost.
It's
Like,
wild, right?
Yeah,
And you
exactly.
see how like creatures like this, and when you just kind of look at a backed out picture, the big picture, right, of how this happens and how this has happened for literally millions of years, and then how other species evolve, and you think about gestation, and gestation in humans, right, is in the like carrying person or carrying thing. But then you have stuff like this where gestation exists in like different forms where they're completely different. You know, they're built to interact with the world differently, from aquatic to this, where they're flying now from an aquatic birth to this flying object.
So
That's insane.
we will watch this happen, be like this remarkable set of circumstances that led to this being turning into this and metamorphosizing into this final form. But y'all laugh at me for saying that the feds showed up to the mall in Miami.
Well,
We're not arguing that the feds didn't
And
show
I'm not
up.
arguing there was aliens. I'm just saying some wild shit
Some
happened.
happened. I believe some happened. They don't want to tell us.
I believe you. I just think that wild shit is the police being the police. You know, that's all I'm thinking.
Maybe it's the police being the police. Maybe there was a terrorist attack that they don't want us to know about. Maybe there was fucking aliens. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Maybe there was somebody important there that they didn't want to know that was there, and it was happening, and something maybe happened to them.
I don't know.
Lots of important people in Miami.
All right, so my last thing I want to do before the podcast is over, pull this up real quick, Eric, for me. Will you look up the squid UFO? Did you see this shit from last week?
Yes, I
No.
did. The one in Iran.
Hold on. This is full of...
You talking about the one in Iran?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and this was filmed in 2017. Watch this fucking shit. Filmed in 2017, verified by the United States military, as well as hundreds of witnesses, both that were on the ground looking for this thing, as well as the ones who were filming it.
I'll say, hey, you know what? Hey, wait. I'll say this though, isn't it?
Look at this shit.
You want to think it's suspicious, right? But isn't it suspicious that they're letting us all think and all like
I
get
don't
to
know.
a conclusion
Look,
that this is UFOs?
This is infrared
If we want to
technology.
be suspicious
Hold on.
about
Hold
the
on.
government, why are they allowing us to even
I don't think they are.
entertain the fact that this is UFOs?
I don't know if they are. Well, I'll tell you right now that, look, this thing is on infrared, meaning that we're looking at a thermal image.
I seen a
And
plastic
because of
bag
that,
do that shit outside my apartment.
You can see the image going in and out.
I live next to a King Supers, so I see plastic bags do this shit all the time.
This obviously is on a Kroger-owned land.
This is in Iraq over a base, over a military
You don't
base.
think Kroger got aliened in Iraq?
No one on the ground saw it, even though because they saw it on infrared, they had people on the ground trying to spot it.
They couldn't.
And the only place you could see it was on infrared. It's been verified that it's not an artifact from the video itself, that it's not a glitch. It was there, and it was changing temperatures.
I'm noticing. But to get to your point about why they're letting us see
But
this.
what is it? They don't know.
Well, I'll tell you why they're letting us see this, because this video was recorded in 2017. There's about to be an election soon, and they got to distract us with other things. And aliens are an excellent distraction.
So that Donald Trump will be president again, even though he will.
Sure. Or that they're
probably
killing
will.
fucking
Even though he will.
100 citizens a day in Palestine. Or that there's a fucking civil war happening in the Congo, and like all this other shit happening in the world
Maybe.
that they should be addressing, but they want to talk about immigration on the Mexican border to the United States.
So
they want to talk about all this stuff, but we don't, because this is easier, and they just spew at us what they want us to talk about.
What if they're both true at the same time? What if Israel is both committing war crimes while simultaneously
crimes against humanity, actually worse than war crimes. These are all documented things. You can look up the definitions on
whatever we
wikis.
want to label it, right? So Israel, the IDF is committing crimes against humanity, and simultaneously in 2017 there was an unknown flying object recorded using infrared technology over an Iraqi base that we cannot explain. Both are true at the same time.
Sure.
Now, you can talk about timing or whatever. I'm just saying, why does timing have to negate one over the other?
Because I'm not saying that this is untrue. I'm saying why are they letting us see this is because it's a good distraction, whether it's true or not or made up.
Why did Katt Williams go as off as he did?
I don't know. I wasn't there either.
The U.S. government's like taking notes, like
Biden
gotta have these aliens
Biden hit
expose
him
some
up.
people.
Biden was like, "Cat, I don't know what we're gonna
The
do."
10-foot alien from the Miami
He's like, I
Mall
got
is like
this.
blacked out. That's the next Shannon's next guest is the 10-foot alien from the
Leave
Miami
it to
Mall.
me, Joe Biden.
Blacked
I
out with
will.
like the changed voice so that they can't identify the alien, and sitting exposing.
Don't worry,
Shaq
President
visited
Biden.
Miami.
I will take all of the attention.
That's your that's your cat voice.
That's
I thought that
his
was
cat
your alien voice.
No,
That's pretty good cat voice.
They're very
not
close.
far off.
They're
like,
kind
you
of
could
the same.
definitely be
One
either.
of them, like honestly,
One did crack, one did
it's
some
like-
alien space dust.
It's like whenever I try to do an Australian voice and it starts
Turns to
turning
British.
Irish, and then
Oh,
it
I
goes
go British.
and then it goes Australia again, then Irish. It's the same thing. So when I do an alien voice, it starts to go cat, and then it starts to go Irish again, and then it starts to go alien, and then it goes cat again, and motherfuckers talk like this,
I can imagine
but
aliens
also
speaking
like
that.
this. You know what I'm saying?
They're like,
Really close.
we took the form most comfortable to you humans.
The form most
Katt
comfortable
Williams.
to you humans.
It's Cat.
Take me to your leader.
Don't worry, Mr. President. I will handle it.
I got this. I can't do a good cat impression. I wish I
Steve
could.
Harvey is bald.
He's bald. He's fat.
Yeah, there's
and he's
another
a
one.
thief.
Yeah, fuck Steve Harvey, fuck Bill Cosby, fuck KRS-One.
I mean, kind of fuck Bill Cosby, though. I don't know. I wasn't there.
kind of. Oh,
But
yo.
kind of fuck Bill Cosby, though. I wasn't there. But enough motherfuckers.
Kind of fuck all those people on the documents from the Epstein's trial. Like, you weren't there.
Yeah, that too.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know.
Even
So,
Hawking.
I
was, yeah.
heard some wild shit about Stephen Hawking.
yes.
Boy.
Stephen Hawking's over
The
here.
midget-
that
the
much of a
midget thing was a-
surprise.
was a
Lost
lie,
of
though.
respect. The what was?
The midget thing. There was a whole thing that went viral on Twitter. It made news articles and everything, and it ended up being a total fabrication of bullshit. Where they said that somewhere in the documents, fucking Stephen Hawking liked to watch midgets do complicated math problems on their tippy toes.
Somebody believe that. And they wrote articles about it.
Motherfucking everybody went off on Twitter, was like, naked midgets doing math. And it was like a whole
I got nothing wrong with naked bitches doing math.
And these fools
but
went all in, and it was totally not
just
real.
made up.
Is that
Nobody-
like
But maybe
Incredible.
It's true that he did
Where's
not.
the lie? Where's
that
the
he
lie?
did-
Where's the lie?
Maybe,
Where's the lie?
Hold on, I wasn't there. So maybe it's true that he did not really like to watch naked midgets do fucking math. Maybe it's also true that he liked to fuck little girls. I don't know. I wasn't there. He also married his cousin.
Is that true?
100% true.
Okay.
First cousin. Married her.
Elvis did the same
100%.
thing. I don't
I
think
didn't know
that's
he
true.
was
No, Jerry
Mexican.
Lee Lewis did the same thing. Right? One of them.
I don't know about these
don't know
incestual
about that.
histories.
White people.
Why people do like to
You
fuck
said
their cousin?
white people. I know more Mexicans that have married their cousins than white people.
That part
That's
too.
because Mexicans got more cousins. White people got litters of like 2 and 3.
Oh, so you're gonna fight against numbers now?
Man, just doing math, boy. Man, just doing math. Anything you want to end with, PDox, before we get out of here?
Not really. I mean, I think I said for KRS-One. So check.
You put that down on the list before the cast.
That, as long as KRS-One is known to everyone as a fucking weirdo, then I'm good.
All right.
Okay. Well, I really appreciate you coming through.
No, thank you. No, seriously, thank you, man. This was a lot of fun. Hell yeah.
We'll see what up as far as the next time the PDox will be on. I don't know for sure the next time, but I know 100% that in 50 more episodes.
107, baby.
On 107.
KS 107.
You can
PDox.
You can absolutely expect PDox to be the guest. I don't know. Maybe he'll be here in between then. We'll see what happens.
We'll see.
But I know for 100% sure to catch PDox to catch episode 107, you'll want to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're live right now on Facebook and YouTube. Everything is at LRVT Podcast. LRVT Lone Ranger vs. Tonto Podcast. One final story before we go. I told you this earlier off camera, but I'll tell you. I talked to my cousin earlier today. I was like, what are you doing? And then none. He's like, what you doing tonight? I'm like, oh, I'm over here at the office. We're going to do a podcast or something. And he goes, when are you going to have strippers on? I'm like, we didn't have no strippers, bud. You want strippers on?
Tonight, cousin. Let's go.
I'm like, start your own fucking podcast, bud. Have strippers on.
Right. Yeah.
And he goes, come on, bud. On your podcast, The Lone Star and the Gypsy King.
The Lone Star and the Gypsy King.
So there's been a Lone Star and the Gypsy King in this motherfucker, and we out.
Yeah.
Peace.
What you gonna ask a stripper anyway?